Hey, look out. It's Faith Talk Live. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
There she is at the farmhouse, and we know it's a farmhouse because they have the septic.
Yes. Well, and it says farmhouse behind her, so
Yeah.
that's a dead giveaway.
Jen O'Brien, comedian and speaker. We had a conversation before we went live. Dan is the only one that is sophisticated. He's not on the septic.
I'm not on the septic.
I know. He thinks he's all that in a bag of chips because he's on SOA. Whatever.
I have sewer. I don't have to pump my tank.
You haven't lived until you've had a septic. Have you ever? Dan, I don't think Dan's ever probably lived in a house that's had septic.
I haven't. Never.
You know what? This is my first house with septic. I mean, I grew up in apartment complexes. We were always on sewer. And then we move out here. And then I was just chatting with Rick that we have not had it pumped. We've been here 5 years next month. So I'm a little concerned that we might be in for a poop storm.
Yeah, the tank is full of crap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, if you make a good deal, if you're a pumper, make a good deal with the O'Brien family.
Yes.
Call Shamso 404-995-300 and she'll set you up. You know, the only thing is though, Jen, being on a septic, we don't have to worry about alligators coming up through the little hole in the toilet there, like on like Dan.
Very true.
City water.
Yeah.
Oh man, did you have an alligator come bite your butt?
Only a couple times. It's really not that big of a deal.
Hey, honest to God, this is not a joke at all. When I lived in California, we were all on city water, and there in this apartment complex, somebody had a pet, either one or two boa constrictors.
Oh God, don't get me started.
And it went in the toilet, and they were telling everyone to keep your seat down so that if the boa constrictor came up, it would just go back, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it's a real thing.
So like I kind of grew up with that constant fear of the boa constrictor coming and getting me because of that story. I remember hearing similar stories like back in the 80s and growing up in apartments, you just never know.
Mm-hmm.
And then now I cannot go in a porta potty. Like I will not go.
I don't want to go in a porta potty anyway.
Like it's different for guys though, but we're not going to get too much into detail, but I'm just saying it is like the trust fall that I will not take because I just don't know what's going to come up in.
Yeah.
And you did the stories anyway. I will go out in nature before.
Yeah, that's a true story. I don't know that a boa constrictor would be in a porta potty, but that's a whole nother.
You never know.
Well, what could be, and then it comes up and it gets you.
Yeah.
And it gets you.
There you
and
go.
You get, like Mercer on top of it because
that would be
porta potty.
That would be a little embarrassing to go to the emergency room and say that you were bitten by a boa constrictor on your
porta potty.
In a porta potty.
In a porta potty. And then let me get on an antibiotic because I accidentally sat on the seat, and that's disgusting in and of itself.
Dan's wife used to work at the ER. She's been a nurse forever. I would wonder what is the most ridiculous place someone's been bitten.
She's had a lot of stories, and you don't want to ask her about them because she'll go into detail. And usually at dinner time too. So
dinner time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's when the stories all come out. And you're like, okay, well, the chicken's no longer good.
Hey, if you'd like to hear the stories, I'll give you Dan's number in a little while. You can call while they're eating, and Kathy will share a nurse story. Mm-hmm. But anyway, we're talking with Jen O'Brien. All right, Jen, I got to ask you this question.
Yes.
A couple of questions here. What's the deal with the mustard on New Year's? Is that a tradition? You guys eating mustard?
Well, it's my second year eating mustard. We have Rob and I have a mutual friend, Mr. DK Thomas, and he decided last New Year's when we were all together that we had to take a spoonful of mustard for good luck. I don't even know where he came. He's like the most absurd guy and comedian you've ever met. Like he's hysterical. So we did it again this year. Last year, I think Robin's youngest might have upchucked a little bit. So we had the trash can next to him this year, just in case. But I don't know. It's one of those weird things. And, with all the crazy in the world, it's nice to have something that's consistent. So if that meant a, spoonful of mustard on New Year's, just to.
But last year was your first year to do it, and we got COVID, so you decided to do it again?
Thanks.
Yes.
A lot.
Well, oh my gosh, I did not think. You know what? I didn't think it through.
So,
Wow.
so if we look at this now, then Jen and her family are the reason why we've had not only the pandemic, but economic issues, election issues, everything.
Listen, I think if you're not involved in some sort of conspiracy and during this pandemic, you're just not doing the pandemic right. Listen, like seriously, if you're not involved in some sort of like, oh gosh, I'm sorry, if you're not in chaos right now, you're just, where are you?
Because we're in chaos, that's for sure.
Hey, you should do a podcast or something and call it the conspiracy. I think.
You know what? Like, I have a character that's on the Real Housewives of the Quarantine named Jazz, and she's I could take her in some crazy places. Maybe I could have her host the show and a character.
That would be fun.
I was watching some of the videos there, the Real Housewives of the Quarantine, and I'm a little concerned about Joan Peterson and is it her boyfriend, Bird Dog?
Yes,
that Bird guy Dog. Very familiar. That Bird Dog guy.
Yeah, that's my hubby.
Is he related? He's related to Max?
That you know what? I will tell it first. It is Max. It's my husband. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
And I've did this, and now I've got him doing the Real Housewives with me, because when I originally started the show, he was out in Vegas for 6 months. So there was no bringing him in as a character. But now that he's home, I don't know. Bird Dog, he's like, when we were dating, we went out on a double date. We weren't even on a date with each other. We were on those Christian dates where, in the church you date, like, it's not really a date, but it's kind of a date kind of thing. But we would all kind of go out as a double. Got to have them double dates for the accountability and all. But we went on a Halloween date, and we all dressed up as characters, and he did this character named Switchblade, which is basically Bird Dog. And I was rolling the whole night, like dying laughing. And he likes to say that's the night he won me over and I fell in love with him. But
it was Switchblade that did it, huh?
It didn't hurt. It didn't hurt our relationship. I'll put it that way. But from then on, he's got this character, and the jokes that he comes up with them, and I will kind of write for this character. We'll both just come up with just crazy stuff that only that character can say. That's the great thing about sometimes character comedy, because like maybe I couldn't say something, but a character can say it, and then I can't get in trouble, kind of thing. Exactly. You know what I mean? Then it's not like, oh, you're so this, or I don't know, so many things going on these days, Anyway.
Yeah.
So yes, Bird Dog is a part of the show. In fact, Bird Dog's trying to log on the computer right now via TeamViewer, and he just backed out. Yeah.
He's
trying to take over.
He is.
He could be as big as Tiger King. What's his name? The guy.
Oh my gosh. Oh wait, what is his? How am I forgetting? Like
name.
What's his name, Dan?
I can't think of his name.
Wow. Carol Baskin, I remember her.
Yeah,
and
Carol. Yeah.
Listen, that was a train wreck watching.
Joe? Was his name Joe?
Yes.
I can't think of
Joe something.
Joe Exotic. Joe Exotic.
Yeah, there you go.
Joe Exotic. Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was a train wreck, but look at all the bystanders that loved to watch the thing.
Mm-hmm. I did. I almost bailed on episode 2. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, could this get any darker? But then you're invested and you got to see it through. But I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's real life. It's real life, man. I mean, that one guy eating the Walmart meats. It's you know what? I love characters. Like, I'm a sucker for like documentaries and all that, because I love real people. But man, that show was just like, you couldn't have like created a better parody. It was like a parody in and of itself. It was like a mockumentary, but it was a real documentary. I don't know
real
how
people that really think and talk that way. Okay. Yeah.
Well, check out Jen's Real Housewives of the Quarantine. A couple of my favorite lines. I think it's Roz. Isn't Roz the character from Boca? Isn't it? Is it Roz?
Roxy.
Roxy.
She says Pam was a looker.
She was a looker.
Yeah, Pam's the one that got eaten by the alligator, I think.
She did. But you know what? She deserved it. She was kind of running around the community like she owned the place. I know she owned several bedazzlers because she was gorgeous. Everything she wore was just bedazzled and she was so shiny. But she was rude. And that's why I think the alligator took her out. Yeah.
And then
did you ever get to come up through the toilet or?
Well, no, not this one. Not this one got her in the lake. She was bronzing her lovely brown leather. She had brown leather skin. It was gorgeous. And she was just, getting a little sun on it and alligator got her.
I see.
And then there's another character that somebody was, I can't remember which character was looking through the binoculars at Bert and he was scratching all the time. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's also Roxy. She's the eyes and ears of the community down in Boca. So she's got binoculars. She's watching everyone like a hawk. And Bert was always scratching himself. I don't know what was going on with him. Maybe he had some allergies he was unaware of, but he's gone. God rest his soul. He's no longer with us. We don't know if the corona got him. We don't know what got him.
Yeah.
But, I know apartment 4C is available if you boys are, looking for a little place.
There you go.
No, it is what it is.
Comedian Jen O'Brien. All right, we got to go to a break here in a second. What's coming up for you? What are you working on besides the Quarantine Girls?
Well, they're keeping me sane because there's not much, live comedy for me right now. So I'm just investing in them. I'm working on a book. That's what you say when you're not really doing much, but it sounds good. So I got that. And then the O'Brien sisters are back with our podcast. So please check that out. We're having a great time bringing that middle school boy humor back to the masses. So you guys check that out. And just staying busy while the world's falling apart. You know what I'm saying? So it's great. Great.
Where can folks get the podcast?
Podcast, you could go on wherever you watch podcasts, Apple, Libsyn, and it's the O'Brien sisters. So wherever you view, I think we're on pretty much, we're on Spotify as well. So
look at you on Spotify.
I didn't want to brag, but I did. And yes, we're on there. So check it out. And we're having a good time. It's fun. Robin, my sister and I, we have a blast. I mean, I'm telling you, the great part of doing comedy is just have a good time and let people join in with the laughter. So,
it's fun. I went back and watched a show that you, Dan, and I and Robin did, and this was years ago. It wasn't the Trump heroine, which is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
This was another one. I think we played the one where you went out and Lucy killed. It was the one where you had to guess Lucy killed somebody, but it was hysterical.
Oh my! Well, let's do the O'Brien sisters. Come on and let's play some games. Let's have some fun.
Play games. I love those.
Yeah, that sounds good. In fact, Robin's going to be on, I think, with Mark on the later on in the month. But yeah, I would love to. Get all of us on and just do a show again. I think it'd be awesome.
Let's do
it. Let's to cook things for us and bring them in. And
I know it was always Wiener Schnitzel.
Yeah,
it was always chocolate because the first time we ever came on the show, it was National Wiener Schnitzel Day.
Right.
Yeah. So we were like, we're gonna bring Wiener Schnitzel. Like, how absurd is that? And then next time we came on, one of the times it was National Cover Everything in Chocolate Day. So we covered Wiener Schnitzel in chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we just like to bring Wiener Schnitzel. So I don't know if you have us on again, there may or may not be Wiener Schnitzel. We'll see.
All right.
We'll see.
Forward to it.
Let's do this. Let's put our heads together and we'll get you both on and we'll do some games because you guys are not right. You're cracked on every one. Looks like your sister shared the link to the one
for the podcast.
She's the marketing guru right there. Just, that's
it is.
What she does.
It is very, very funny. Hey, look, let's get together. Thanks for hanging with us. We got to take a break.
Always fun.
Check out Jen's stuff, the podcast with her sister Robin. There it is, Jennifer O'BrienComedy.com. And you heard about the podcast on the Spotify. Yeah, or maybe at a Walmart's near you. Hey, let's take a break. We'll be right back. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
This is Faith Talk Live.